Oh, that's nice. So what I have here is a intermediate draft shaft off an 88 Suzuki Samurai. I was getting some shake at 50 to 55, and then when I'm slowing down in the steering, and it'll stay there if I hold it at 50 to 55. And I was thinking it was just need to go get my front tires rebalanced, which I'm gonna do anyways, because I think I found the problem, but I don't know. I thought it was this top or front U-joint, because when I reached under there, this part goes into the transmission, and then that goes to the input of the transfer case. This one was fine, squeezing it, moving it. This one I had movement in it, and I thought it was the U-joint. Well, it's slightly the U-joint. It's got a very bit of movement. It's actually the splines, so I'm not too happy right now. So it's probably both the splines. You got your female splines here on the shaft, and then you got the male splines coming out of the transmission. It's been a long time since I've cracked that transmission open. I can't remember if the output shaft is a little separate piece that connects to the main shaft, or if the main shaft's one big piece with all the bearings and gears and the output shaft, which probably is. I can't remember. I'll have to look that up. Hopefully it's not, because I need to replace both of them, because if I just replace this with a new shaft and new splines here, and the splines on the transmission are worn out, it's only going to do so good. I mean, I don't off-road my Samurai anymore, and it's just street and highway use. It's, just in town and stuff. It's my get-to-work ride. So, I could probably get away with that, but I don't. I'd rather replace both, but if I do have to take that transmission apart, I probably won't. It's just, I don't want to crack that thing open again. So, I'll just see. I'm going to go ahead and replace these U-joints here. This one was actually still good. Just barely play in it. This one is actually good one way, then the other way it's got some grit. Yeah. You can feel those rollers in there. So I'm going to replace them with some new bearings. U-joints. These are greasable ones. I couldn't tell you what brand they are, but they've lasted me for quite a while. They're actually still good, like I said. Well, to a point of what you think is good. I could still use them. So they're not crap. I know people say some people don't like greasable joints because they're weaker, because they have these cross-drilled holes. Well, surprise, surprise, I bought these, and they are non-greasables. They are Precisions 398s, and they're non-greasables, but you take the cap off, and you take the cap off, and looky there, they're cross-drilled too. Actually, these look... yeah, they're probably the same thickness. That just has more of a shaved part right there. So what I'm thinking is they just send these through the assembly line and they just drill them all. And if they're not greasable, they just get 4 plain caps. And if they are greasable, they'll get 1 cap that has a Zert fitting on it. So that's my idea. I think they just drill them all. Or I don't know, maybe that's just that model is drilled. I don't know. So, as you can see, I'm going old school. I have a 17mm and a 27mm catcher. This one fits perfect, and this one catches the, of course, your cap. I've never been able to push the cap all the way out. You still gotta get your locking pliers there and twist it out. So I'm just gonna, for now, I'm just gonna take them out. Put these new U-joints in. That's all I can do right now. I don't have the time right now to just drop the transmission. Even I still gotta change the clutch on that thing. That clutch is just gone. And while I'm taking the clutch out, I had to replace the throwout bearing. I was gonna replace the. What else was I gonna replace? So I need to replace the rear seal on the transmission, which I can't really find the same one I have on there for some reason. I don't know, that's just a hard seal to find. And the one I did find, it looks just like a regular round seal with that little tiny lip that, you know, seals against the shaft. It's just real tiny. The one of mine it's a round seal, but it's got a big lip that seals around the shaft. And the ones I find are just a little tiny lip on them. Of course, they're pretty good about posting the picture of what it actually is. Now now I was looking at the transfer case seals, and I have OEM ones that I ordered a while back because I need to replace the seals on that because that thing's leaking. They have the big lip on them, so I don't know. Maybe I used the transfer case seal. I don't know, and it fit. I don't know. So I gotta find that because I need to go ahead and just replace that because I'm sure this thing's been wobbling around and it's just worn that seal out. And since I'm not gonna be fixing this anytime soon, it's gonna do the same thing. So then you got this collar thing. Mine was obviously loose. I can't remember if I had to pound this back on last time, but it goes like that. Yeah, as you can see, it just. I'm gonna have to take this, have them tack welded on, or I'm going to turn it around because it fits a lot tighter on this side. Just squirt some epoxy there and just bash this sucker and get some like PVC or something, same diameter, and bash it on because this obviously is too loose and it was just floating around. And I could see just tiny aluminum shavings because you know how this kind of goes inward and the transmission tail is kind of concave where this whole thing kind of comes in. And there was grease up there on the top, and you can see some tiny aluminum shavings where this was probably just doing that and kind of spinning and doing that. So I need to press this bad boy on or something. And I really need to. Actually, I'm probably not going to install the U-joints today. I'm going to take this home and get it cleaned up. I'd like to paint it, but I just don't have time for that. And it's not too bad. That's just caked on dirt that's been there forever. The only rust is on the mating surface there. That's really the only rust. It's pretty decent here in where I'm at in Texas. We still get rust, but not that bad like the northern states. So I'll just probably leave it like it is. So I'm gonna be pissed off for a while I'm getting this crap done and go home and look at the transmission diagrams and see what all more money I'm gonna have to spend.